Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to do a quick Q&A on Miah's Diaries. You guys have sent me a few questions. My baby's moaning in the background because he's starting to get up. If you want to hear more, then keep watching. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Right, I have Mr. Baby Miah sleeping. I've got my Hummy on at a wave kind of setting, so he's sleeping. So let's jinx ourselves, but it seems to be working, so see what happens. This is like the third day it's been kind of successful, which I've not been bragging on social media for a reason because I'm superstitious like that. But anyway, see what happens. It might work for you. I got it as a gift from my best friend Ash. And basically you put it on, they have 5 settings. They have like the white noise, they have like a heartbeat, they have like different noises. The one that seems to be working with Abraham is the kind of wave sound. So he likes water. When I was pregnant, I loved swimming and I loved like going for a bath. And whenever he has a bath, he loves it, so it makes sense for him to like this one. But anyway, the company is called, on Instagram, My Hummy UK. My cracked phone, guys. Oops, it's not working. Yep. Oh, it's working. Just want to point out, since filming this, I've totally jinxed myself and given myself nazar. The Hummy isn't working the last 2 nights, which is so unfortunate and frustrating. It might work. I'll try again in a couple of days or a couple of weeks and see if it's just because he's just had his BCG. I'm not too sure. But anyway, I'll keep you posted. So anyway, they have like teddy bears and stuff, but I've got the little this thing here. I've got this. I would show you on his basket, but I do not want to show you my child's face just yet. Anyway, thank you for your patience while I try and juggle being a mum and being a beau and being super baby and being a wife. So I'm trying my best to have a pattern in recording and editing, which takes another day. So, and then when you need to record, you need to look presentable, which I don't look like 9 out of 10 of the times due to having a baby. But anyway, so on the other day I asked you guys, do you want super baby like the way I do my scarf, because I know you were interested about that before Abraham, or do you want Mama Mia's Q&A? So people actually responded to say they wanted a Q&A, so I'm going to do a Q&A for you. If you want to know more information, keep watching. So back to the Q&A. Right, so the kind of questions you guys asked me was, one question on my actual YouTube was my labour story. My labour story is a wee bit, I'm still recovering from it. It's quite a sensitive subject, I think. It still makes me a wee bit emotional. It makes my relationship with my husband emotional, my relationship with my family a wee bit emotional. So I will try and speak about it, but I might edit it. I don't know, see what happens. But I think maybe in a couple of months' time, when I am prepared to talk about it, I'll talk about it. If while talking on this camera I want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. Anyway, stop your baffling hen. So questions I have. Who chose Abraham's name? I did. I am so proud that I chose this name that you have no idea. So from day one, when we first found out we were pregnant, when we looked at names, I loved the name Ibrahim. Anytime somebody's name was Ibrahim, I loved it so much, and I just knew it that if I had a boy, his name was going to be Ibrahim. When I tried to discuss it with Abraham's dad, he was just like, I don't know, like he was not having it. And usually with my husband, like a little bit pushing, I convince him, but for some reason, for Abraham's name, he was not having it, which was super duper annoying. So I kept for like I say 9 months, 8 months, whatever. I kept saying, I want Ibrahim. Do you like Ibrahim? Let's do Ibrahim. And then anyway, and then I mentioned it to my mum. I call it Edinburgh mum and Luton mum. My Edinburgh mum, which is my mum. And my mum's like, oh, I have like a grandson, distant relative that's called Ibrahim. You can't have that. And I was just like, I don't care. Like, unless I see these people like in daily basis or weekly basis, I don't care. So anyway, so I was just like, Mum, I'm going to have Ibrahim because that's the name I love. And then I mentioned it to my Luton mum, which is T's mum, my mother-in-law, and she was just like, no, I've got relatives. I think one of my relatives is called Ibrahim. I was just like, Mum, I'm going to call him Ibrahim because I like it, and that's that. I love the name Ibrahim because of the pronunciation, the spelling of the way I've chosen Ibrahim, the fact that one of our prophets is called Ibrahim. My son Ibrahim is the first grandchild in my husband's side, so he already plays a huge part in the future of all his cousins and siblings or whatever. And I feel like it's just, and the fact that our prophet, our Nabi, he was so dedicated to his religion and how his passion for Allah, that he put his son, his family, everything above that, and he put his religion and his love for Allah before anything. And if you give your child a name, if you give your child characteristics, or give them like as in prompting towards personalities, or help them in education, I think that sculpts them as a person. So me giving my son's name, I feel like it's already sculpted him as a person. It's already people are like, wow, Ibrahim, what a beautiful name, like, wow, let's hope he lives up to expectations and stuff. So he's already got that in his, like, grown up. People will say that to me, so of course people are going to say that to him. So I feel like it's suiting for him, and it's kind of given me more closer to my religion by making sure that my son stays in that path and help him be the best kind of person he can be in this temporary dunya. Can you put together a list of essentials for your hospital bag? I'm due in 6 weeks and having a boy too. Congratulations, my love. So hospital bag, what did I have? See, that noise has gone off. So if my son moves, it actually comes back on. So he's actually sleeping right now. So anyway, hospital bag. Whoa. So I had 2 hospital bags, and originally when I got to my 3rd trimester, my sister, she has a flu, she was very pushy to be like, get your hospital bag ready, like get you ready, like you never know when things can happen. So anyway, so my hospital bag, I had my first one, I had one dressing gown. With my dressing gown, it was strappy, because when the baby's born you need to put them right to your chest. So if I had a t-shirt, it doesn't work, because then I would have to pull it and then the baby's uncomfortable, and how to put the baby in, like how can you put a baby in, like, do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. So I got a strappy one, so it's chest, and then it was long, so it was like, it should have been midi, but because I'm so short, it was actually like a maxi. So it's long dress, and it was sleeveless, so just in case I get hot and stuff. So I had that from eBay. Everything I shopped for my hospital bag was from eBay, except stuff for my son, obviously. But for me, it was just like, you don't know if it's going to get messy or whatever. So you don't want to spend like crazy amount. And then I also got a maternity pajama, like a 3-piece. It's really cute. It's grey. It had a what are they called? It had a tank top, but it was a nursing tank top, so you can take it off, like unclip it. It was a dressing gown, and it was just trouser bottoms. It was really cute, so I knew I needed that for the next day. That was that, and then you need your breast pads, you need your normal sanitary towels, maternity ones, because they're thick. They're the best ones to get. I'm not kidding you. I'm just gonna use all these. I'm not gonna get these ugly things, but they're the best things ever because they're so comfy. You need disposable briefs. disposable briefs. You need like a pack from Primark I got, or like these granny pants. So I got 5 of them, as well as disposable briefs, and then I got like a bag full for my toiletry stuff. So obviously the stuff you need. I got that was that. What I'll do is I'll do a blog about what I packed from my hospital bag as well. But anyway, as more time came along, when I was packing IBRAHIMS maternity, IBRAHIMS hospital bag, I started getting more and more stuff, which was crazy. I had 2 big bags full of stuff for him because I was induced. Because I was induced, if you see my last blog about that, I think I mentioned it, I don't know, it's been so long. Because I was induced, yeah, I did actually mention it. Because I was induced, I knew I might have been there longer. You don't know how long, because it could be 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours. They kept saying if something was to happen, if I had a cesarean, I knew I was going to, which I did, I would have to be there longer and stuff like that. So I had to pack like 2 huge bags of like clothes. So I had extra pyjama bottoms, extra t-shirts, extra bras, like extra everything. And obviously for Ibrahim, originally you just only pack 3 vest tops and 3 baby clothes and nappies and the cotton wool. And I think if you want to use oil on your baby, then that's fine. I use baby oil on my baby because I like how my skin's quite moisturised, and I moisturise every day, so I want my son's skin to be like that. I want my husband, he's got sensitive skin, he's got dry skin, and he doesn't look after his skin that much. But anyway, so I did that, so I'll do a blog about that. I'll actually do on sultanamalik.com than YouTube, because I think it's a bit boring to talk about. So anyway, so that's what I kind of packed on my hospital bag. The question is, what kind of things do you miss before being a mother? I miss my sleep. I 100% miss my sleep. But the weird thing is, my last trimester, if you have me on Snap, I was awake a lot and like I couldn't sleep, but it wasn't even like in the morning I was tired, I just couldn't sleep. So your body kind of prepares itself for this 4th trimester of sleeping and stuff. So anyway, so I miss my sleep. I miss wearing size 6. I miss wearing, basically because you breastfeed, your upper body is a wee bit heavier and bigger, so all my tops don't fit me. Just obviously my waist, it fits me. I'm really proud of that. But anyway, so all my tops don't fit me, and my jeans right now is just a wee bit snug, because my bottom half's gone heavier as well. Like I say, with a cesarean, you can't go back to shape straight away, so my belly's not flat at the moment. So yeah, so I do miss my clothes. So I'm wearing these Asian maxis at the moment, which is crazy. Which is actually not too bad, if I'm being honest, because it's comfy, and like when you're breastfeeding, it's comfy to take off and stuff like that. So anyway, and I also miss like going for drives, or like going out late night and not thinking about like muggery because I'm superstitious with a newborn. Or I miss like spending just like me and my husband time. I miss like not thinking about like, oh, I need to express, or I need to feed my baby, or stuff like that, or has he been changed, has he been sick, has he been winded. Like I miss not thinking about stuff like that. I think I miss, I used to speak to my mum more often. I used to speak to her like maybe twice a day, sometimes like always once a day, but sometimes twice. I miss speaking to her. I miss speaking to like Hassie like on a daily basis. Like you put, when you're a mum, you put every single thing down and you put your baby first. And it's not even about there's a rule book you need to put your baby first. Like you just some mothers, it might not be the case for everybody, but for my experience, I put everything else down and I put my baby first. So when I'm feeding him, I'm concentrating on feeding him. When I'm changing him, I'm trying to bond with him, and when he's resting, I'm trying my best to rest. But let's see if that's possible. Sometimes not possible. Are you finding breastfeeding hard? Everybody has a breastfeeding story. It is hard in the beginning. It's not like what I thought it was when when the thought of, oh, I want to breastfeed when I was on my before he was born, you just think it just comes out, but there's so many rules. So if you are new mums planning to breastfeed, please look into latching. Like, it's not just easy for them to latch, it's not like that. The time you need to spend trying to figure out breastfeeding, like what you want to do, it's a long story and it's quite hard to get into, I'm sorry. But it is hard. It is hard. It's not easy. No offence to anybody, and this is just my personal opinion, but like giving your baby bottled like powder milk is the best, easiest thing you can do, but it's not as beneficial as breast milk. But this is why sometimes in the beginning I wanted to give him powder, because it was the easiest thing to do, and then at least at night time or during the day my husband or people can take over, while breastfeeding is on you. As long as your husband's supportive and everybody else is around you supportive, it can work. But like I say, every individual person, a mum, is different, so don't forget that. Had your in-laws been supportive and helped you out? Oh my god, alhamdulillah, mashallah, like so much prayers towards my family and my in-laws. So at night time, obviously, this is their first grandchild, as mentioned, so everybody's like super excited. Everybody's very like, Abraham, we want to see baby, we want to carry him, we want to give him the world, which is really sweet. So usually at night time he's with me and daddy Miah, and in the mornings, about like, if I've had a hard morning, I give the baby to his gran around 7 o'clock, when daddy Miah has to get ready for work. So I'm like, can you just give him to your mum? To be honest, they ask for Ibrahim, so I'm quite lucky in that sense. So anyway, so I give my mother-in-law Ibrahim early in the morning. If he's been good, I'll keep him till about 9-10 o'clock, and that's when I give him over. Sometimes when I give him over at 9-10, my mother-in-law's like, I've been waiting all morning for him, like, where is he? I miss my nutty, my grandson. So it's really cute. So they've been really supportive, or like even when my mother-in-law and father-in-law have said, you guys, like talking about me and my husband, you guys do whatever you want, like no cinta, like you can leave the baby with us anytime. And I was just like, alright, son. So me and my husband, I think Abraham's like 3rd week, so the 2nd week I was home, my family, me and T actually went to cinema, and literally within an hour I was just like, I need to go home, my son, and T's like, don't worry about it, like mum's got him. Like I just want to see him, like there's nothing wrong with it. But anyway, so they've been really supportive. But so yeah, so it's given me that extra breather that everybody needs. So I think everything happens for a reason, and people that do have their own place and don't live with in-laws or don't live with family, like I really don't know how they do it, but obviously like props to you, or whatever that word is, like smiley face or like Blue Peter's badge to you for having your own place and actually managing having a newborn 24/7. Like I don't know how people do it without support. And like, oh my god, like the fact that you get that extra 3 hours sleep, or you get that extra like hour of somebody else like feeding him or burping him, is fantastic. What do you like more life as a couple, or being mummy and parents? Okay, so obviously I miss having time with my husband. I miss going out for date nights, I miss dressing up, I miss taking selfies with him, I miss all this stuff. Or I miss like I don't know, I do miss me, my husband time. But I would never take away anything, never go back, because I'm so thankful for having my son. And my son is everything. My son is like my priority. If my son's happy, I'm happy. Well, if I'm happy, my son's happy, and then it makes my relationship much more happier. So I think it all like circle of life, I guess. My husband, alhamdulillah, he's so supportive. my labour. He was like the best guy there could be. Like, there's so much he's done, and like no like ginna, no like like nothing. This guy is such a good guy. Like, alhamdulillah, I have the best baby daddy in the world and the best husband. We went through so much during my labour, so I think it's made us closer. Oh god, this is why I didn't want to talk about it, because anyway, it's made us closer than when we were a couple, and it's made us so thankful to have such a blessing and having Ibrahim in our lives. And I think everything happens for a reason, and it's made us closer, and it's made me appreciate my husband more, and I feel like he appreciates me more, which is weird because we didn't actually practically do anything to make us appreciate or do any sort of gifts, or it's intangible. I don't know if you can use a business term in a situation like this, but it's like it is beautiful, and thank you Allah for everything you've blessed me with. So anyway, so yeah, so I love life after Ibrahim as mummy and daddy and baby. So what's your top new mum buys? Okay, so my top new mum's buys is an express machine, an electrical breast pump. It saves you time. I know people are like, it's better for him to just latch on. The pros and cons of living with your in-laws: obviously you've got that support, you've got people around to give the baby to, or like look after the baby while you have a break. And the negative thing is that everybody wants the baby. So if you're trying to breastfeed, latch him on actually on your chest, it's hard, because then you have guests come in, you have like, we want to see the baby, like blah blah blah, and like in the beginning it took me like an hour, sometimes like an hour and a half, and then you need to change him, and then he needs to wind and stuff. So anyway, it's just a long story, but what was the question? I'm baffling. Yeah, so our electrical breast pump, because it gives you that time. I think there's a lot. The health visitor was just like, it's so much easier just to give them the breast, because you don't need to clean bottles and this and that. But if you're living with in-laws, it's every person's different, every situation's different. That is just easier for my situation for me to express, and then put the milk in the fridge, and then somebody else can feed him when his time is due, or I could feed him and then somebody else can come in the room. While if you're actually latching him on, it's a bit awkward, somebody else being in the room. So yeah, so that's my best buy. I've got this double drawer, which I'll put up a photo from IKEA, and basically instead of buying a changing mat and a dresser for the baby, I actually put the changing mat on top of this, so it just saves you time, saves you convenience. What else? And my Kath Kidson bag, which I absolutely love, it's so cute. And my other best buy is my Sola Mamas and Papas buggy and set, and it's just so cute, and I love the colour. It's like a denim, and it's got like a brown handle, so it's like vintage, so it's really cute. So that's my best buys. And yeah, I think in clothes wise, like, babies grow so quickly that I wouldn't think that's the best buy. Just keep them baby grows, and people buy you so much clothes anyway, so there's no point going crazy on clothes. But yeah, all our stuff, like alhamdulillah, all our stuff have been gifts, so it's not really like I went out of my way to buy stuff, except my buggy, which was a gift from my mother and father-in-law. Thank you. Hardest thing about motherhood and most surprising thing you've found since being a mum? I found the sleep the hardest, and breastfeeding was absolute torture. Sending lots of love to you. That's cute. Hardest thing about motherhood is sleepless night, as mentioned, and figuring out how you want to feed your baby. Like, there were so many things I wanted to do. I was like, in the beginning when I found it so hard, I was actually giving him formula. I was expressing, and I was also latching him on. That's so much you have to do in a day, like crazy amount. So that is the hardest thing. Hardest thing is also making sure your child is ate, so you don't get paranoid about, oh, they've not ate and they're going to lose weight and then the baby's going to get taken off you, which isn't going to happen, but you just get all paranoid. And the most surprising thing you found since being a mum, I found like surprising thing, not any, I've not been surprised at anything, to be honest. No, I've got 3 nephews, alhamdulillah. I've got 2 nieces, so I kind of helped. I didn't bring them up, but I helped look after them quite a lot, and I was very maternal with them, so I think I'm okay with that. Must have baby items, top tips for labour and delivery. Must have baby items. You need must have baby items. So my husband actually bought 2 packs of these. I think I spoke about in the last vlog. 2 big boxes of these. These are great. Just clean your baby. The Hummy, as mentioned, which was a gift. But it might work, it might not work. I've actually got Ewan the sheep from T's friend Ewan. I've not actually tested that. I'm testing this, and if that works, then I'm going to try and see if Ewan the sheep work as well. What else do you need? You need, I don't know what else you need. You need a good sterilising system. Oh, I don't know, I'm not loving Tommy Tippy at the moment. And must have, I've spoke about on my blog, was the nursing the nursing pads thing that is on sultanmalik.com. That's your must haves. Anyway, how are you enjoying life as a mum? Is it hard? PS, love you. Thanks, Karima. I am enjoying it. I love my son. Like, see when he's with his gran, I look for my son because I miss him. And I love, like, see when they're small and you put them on your chest and they fall asleep and you fall asleep. It's the cutest thing ever. I think there's hazards around that, but so don't. I hope I don't get sued for anything. But anyway, that's me. How was your reaction when you found out you were going to be a parent? So we found out in my friend Amber's wedding. What had happened was I was like feeling sick, and I was like, I know it sounds so typical, like you feel nauseous, but I was feeling sick. I was feeling like tired, like I was having all these mood swings. And like the day of Amber's wedding, I do my own makeup because I seem to always take my makeup off when somebody else doesn't, like a makeup artist does my makeup. So anyway, so I was just like, I'm gonna do my makeup at home and then come, or if I'm up early, then I'm gonna take my stuff, do my makeup at the hotel, which is like about half an hour, 45-minute drive from Edinburgh. But anyway, is it in Perth? I think it's in Perth. But anyway, her venue was. But anyway, so I text Ash, and Ash was getting her makeup done, so she wanted to go early. Ash is another bridesmaid. And then I was like, no, I'm feeling sick. I can't deal with it. Like like I'm gonna relax here. I'm gonna get ready here, and T's gonna drop me off. And then she was a bit grumpy about it. She was like, right, okay, so I could have left early, but I didn't. And I felt guilty, so I was just like, right, T, I'm gonna get up. So I got up and started packing my stuff. Said to Ash, like, can you pick me up? I'll go with you. So I tell it, like, on the way there, I was telling Ash, like, all this and stuff, and she goes, do you think you're pregnant? I was like, no way, like, it's me, like, because it was prior to that, it was Ramadan. I was doing so much in the summer, and then it was my sister-in-law's wedding. I was doing so much running about. Then I had we didn't have rest, and then we went up north for our anniversary, so it was just crazy time. So I didn't actually have a break as such. So I was just like, my body's just exhausted from Ramadan and my sister-in-law's nikah, so it's probably just that. And she was just like, right, okay. Went to Asda, I got like a breakfast bun, like vegetarian breakfast roll, and she comes back with a pregnancy test. So anyway, so basically whilst we were getting ready, I needed a pee, and she just came in with me and like gave me the pregnancy test, and like we were like it was crazy. We were all over the place, and like when I told my husband, he was just like, he got emotional. He was just like, is this real? Like, are you joking? I was like, no, it's real. Like, we're gonna be, inshallah, we're gonna be mommy and daddy. So that was crazy. So, and the thing is, the one thing I always say to my friends, the reason I knew T was the one is the way he was with children. He was so paternal, like with my own nieces and nephews, with Ash's kids, with Amrit's kids, like with all my friends' kids and my family's kids, like everybody. He was so into kids, like it was just so nice. You never see that from men, like, well, I never see that from men. So I just knew he was the one when the way he was as a guy with kids, and I was just like, he's gonna be, inshallah, one day he'll be the best dad, and he is the best dad to our son, like he really is. So my husband actually said, how is life with your partner? Crap, he's annoying. You tell him that. Mr. Timia asked that question. And the last question, have you found out your relationship has changed with your husband since becoming a parent? I briefly spoke about earlier, I appreciate my husband so much more. I feel like my husband appreciates me as a woman so much more. Like when you go through labour and you as a mum and all the hormones you go through and being pregnant and all that stuff, like you realise why Allah puts women in such a pedestal. Like the emotional, the physical, the everything women have to go through for a baby is crazy, and this is why they say heaven lies at your mother's feet. Like, what I hope my son watches this one day, or like I educate him on what women are in Islam, that I hope he appreciates his wife, and I hope he appreciates the women in his life. I hope he values every woman and respects every single woman in his life, because women go through so much for children. Women put everyone above themselves. They put their husband above themselves, they put the children above themselves, they put their in-laws, their family, everything above themselves. And it's not till I became a mother that I started valuing myself more, and my husband started valuing what a mother is and what women do, what women have to go through to have a child is crazy. And I think it has made us closer, because in that sense of, instead of talking about movies or talking about like sitting in and watching a movie together, we're actually valuing time with our son that we created, Allah helped us create, and Allah created, and it's just Islam women is the most beautiful thing in the world. And I think being a mother is the most blessed thing you can go through, and most happiest thing you can go through. Oh, my baby's waking up. So I think being a mum is beautiful in its own mind, and it just makes me speechless to think how much you have to go through, and the labour, the pain of labour, the contractions, and then having a C-section and the end, like how much a woman went through. What women go through, crazy, right? Anyway, guys, so that's that. I've basically spoke about my labour story anyway. So like I went through contractions, and then I ended up having a C-section, but it was like I went into hospital Friday and I had IBRAHIM at 10:59 p.m. So basically Tuesday morning. So that's like 4 days in the hospital going through labour, guys. It was emotional, but I am thankful for being in this world. I'm thankful to my husband, thankful to my mother-in-law, thankful to my mom, thankful to my sisters, my brother-in-law, sister-in-law, everybody that's in our lives. And I don't know how else to express how much I value everybody and how much they've done for me and my husband and my family. And thank you so much for my friends, for the support. my followers for the support. Some people were actually messaging to say, we saw that you had a baby, la la la, and I didn't, like I say, I didn't announce it till after. But anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. I'm sorry I chat so much, I know, but I like to talk. I love to talk, donkey. And that concludes my Q&A. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, follow me on social media, and message me whatever you want to see next, okay? This video for you. My husband's just put something up on Instagram. That time on the River Nile, loving life on the edge. Hashtag bad boy, hashtag gangster, hashtag Egypt, hashtag hot, hashtag Cairo, hashtag honeymoon, hashtag stuntman, hashtag I ain't worried, hashtag boss. Mate, you are something else. This is husband. And this is all his hashtags. I better give it a like, hey. Nice hashtag, mate. Anyway, he's so funny.